Hi children, welcome to quadrilateral lesson. This is third lesson in your 8th class mathematics textbook. Today we are going to discuss about some introductory part of quadrilaterals. Okay, let us see the object. What is this? Yes, this is a agriculture field. It is divided with some boundaries. So in these boundaries, this is in the shape. What is the shape? Observe this shape. And also, what is this? Yes, you are right. This is a bridge, rail cum road bridge on Godavari river in Rajamahendravaram. So what are the shapes here? Observe these shapes. To construct a bridge, what are the shapes they used? Okay, and what is this? Yes, it is a house, newly constructed house. What are the shapes used in this house? What are the shapes of windows? What are the shapes of doors? What is the shape of the gate? What are the shapes of the total building? It is some shapes. And go to this. What is this? This is a railway track. And what is the shape between these track? So again, what is this? Yes, it is a school building. What are the shapes? What is the shape of this? And what is the shape of this? What is the shape of this? The windows, the building, and all are. And also your playground. What is the shape of this pitch? Suppose it is a kabaddi court. What is the shape of the pitch? It has some dimensions. And it is in the shape of a quadrilaterals. These are the quadrilateral shapes. And go to kite. It is a kite. What is the shape of this kite? It is a special shape. It has 4 sides. This is one side, this is one side, and this is one side, and this is another side. 4 sides. And what is this? Yeah, it is carom board. What is the shape of the carom board? It is also a rectangle shape. So this is also quadrilateral shape. Oh, it is ludos. It is also a square shape. And it is blackboard or green board. Now new green boards are in your classroom. This is the green board in your classroom. What is the shape of this green board? It is rectangular shape. All these represents quadrilaterals. What is the quadrilateral? What is already you learned about triangles? Kamal and Joseph, 2 persons, draw 2 quadrilaterals. 8 centimeters length and 6 centimeters breadth. Same length. Both are taken same lengths. But the shapes are different. Observe these 2 shapes. Kamal shape is one type and Joseph's shape is one type. These are 2 different shapes they draw. So you can draw with the measurements some different shapes. To avoid this type of different shapes, we learned about quadrilaterals. Uniqueness. We learned about uniqueness of a triangle. By a unique triangle, we mean that triangle made by different persons, either Kamal or Joseph or whatever it may be, with the same measurements will be congruent. This is called uniqueness. Uniqueness of a triangle already we learned in previous class. And number of measurements required to construct a triangle. We need 3 independent measures. Already we learned in previous class. We need 3 independent measurements. There may be 3 sides and or 2 sides, 1 included angle, or 2 angles and a side. Whatever it may be, we need 3 independent measurements. Now, what about quadrilaterals? Let us start our quadrilaterals with some uniqueness and the number of measurements we need. First we learned. By a unique quadrilateral, what is the unique triangles? The same meaning. By a unique quadrilateral, we mean that quadrilaterals made by different persons, you or me or someone, either persons, whatever he may be, the quadrilateral must be congruent. The quadrilateral must be congruent. What is congruent? Congruent means the measurements and shapes of the two figures are equal. That is called congruent. What is congruent? Congruent means you take two shapes, two diagrams. If you measure all the sides of that measurement, both are equal and the shape is also equal. This is called congruent. In the previous slide we saw that Kamal and Joseph, both persons draw two diagrams. Both measurements are equal but the shapes are different. Those two are not congruent. Congruent means you take the measurements, measure the measurements, length and breadth and whatever it may be, and also the shapes also equal. That is called congruent figures. Now number of measurements required for a unique quadrilateral, you need any 5 independent measurements. How many measurements have the quadrilateral? Let us see this quadrilateral. It is the ABCD quadrilateral. In this ABCD quadrilateral, we call them AB is a side, AB is a side, and BC is also a side, CD is another side, and AD is another side. So 4 sides. It is a 4-sided closed figure that is called quadrilateral. Quadri means 4. Quadrilateral, lateral means sides. Lateral means sides. Quadrilateral, 4 sides. Triangle, 3 angles, that is called triangle. The name is also included the properties of the figure. Okay, so this quadrilateral has 4 sides and 4 angles. This is angle A, this is angle B, this is angle C, this is angle D. It has 4 angles, 4 sides and 4 angles. So 8 measurements are there. 4 side measurements, 4 angle measurements. So 8 measurements are there. And also it has 2 diagonals. This is called diagonal. AC is a diagonal. The dotted line indicated here, AC is a diagonal. And BD is another diagonal. BD is another diagonal. So it has 2 measurements, 2 diagonals. So total 10 measurements are there. 4 sides, 4 angles, 2 diagonals. So 10 measurements. Among these 10 measurements, we required only 5 measurements. If we have 5 measurements, we can construct a quadrilateral. If we have 5 measurements, we can construct the quadrilateral. How many types of quadrilaterals are there? Let us see. This is the family of quadrilaterals. First quadrilateral, this is quadrilateral, and trapezium and kite. These are different. Observe this, from quadrilateral trapezium and from quadrilateral directly to kite. Now quadrilateral to parallelogram. Another figure, parallelogram. In this parallelogram, we can the same properties have rectangle, square, rhombus. So these are 4, these are 3. Now we have to learn 7 types of quadrilaterals in this chapter. Quadrilateral, trapezium, kite, parallelogram, rhombus, square and rectangle. These are the 7 types of quadrilateral we have to learn in this chapter. So what are the properties of each types of quadrilaterals? So in this quadrilateral polygon region. What is the quadrilateral? Quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides. It is a polygon with 4 sides, that is called quadrilateral. And trapezium. What is trapezium? A quadrilateral. That means quadrilateral means it has 4 sides and 4 angles and 2 diagonals. It is a quadrilateral with exactly 1 pair of sides parallel. 1 pair of sides parallel. So these two are parallel. That's why we put a arrow mark here. These 2 sides are parallel, not equal. Parallel. Parallel means the distance between 2 lines is always equal. That is parallel. So these 2 are not parallel. These 2 sides are not parallel. So that is trapezium. And this is parallelogram. What is the property of parallelogram? That is type. Quadrilateral. It is also a quadrilateral with opposite sides that are parallel and congruent. It is here only parallel, not congruent. Congruent means equal. Congruent means shape equal, length equal. But here shape equal but lengths are not equal in this trapezium. But in this parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel. These two are parallel and these two are parallel. Also, the length of this side is also equal to this side, and this side is equal to this side. Opposite sides are equal. That is congruent. Next one is kite. Kite is a quadrilateral with two pairs of congruent adjacent sides and opposite sides that are not congruent. So these two, it is a four-sided figure, closed figure, all are closed figures. These two sides are equal but not congruent, but not parallel, and these two sides are equal but not parallel. So that is the property of kite. Next one, rectangle. It is also a quadrilateral and parallelogram also. It is a parallelogram with four right angles. Parallelogram means opposite sides are equal and parallel. This same property it holds here. Opposite sides are equal and parallel. Also, here every angle is different. Opposite angles only equal. Here all angles are 90 degrees. All angles are 90 degrees. That is right angles. Then square. What is square? Square is a parallelogram. It is also a parallelogram like rectangle or parallelogram. It is also maybe equal to rectangle, and congruent, four congruent sides are and four right angles. All sides are equal. Here opposite sides are equal. In rectangle only opposite sides are equal. In square all sides are equal. All angles are right angle. And rhombus. Rhombus is a parallelogram. It is also a parallelogram with four congruent sides. Four sides are equal but angles are not 90 degrees. That is the difference between square and rhombus. Square and rhombus have all equal sides. In square every angle is right angle, but in rhombus no angle is right angle. Similarly, rectangle, in rectangle every angle is 90 degrees, and parallelogram every angle is not right angle, but opposite sides are equal in both figures. Okay, so these are the types of quadrilateral you have to remember. These are the main features of the quadrilaterals. Now, properties of quadrilaterals. What are the main properties? Main properties only we observe here. Parallelogram. What is the parallelogram? Opposite sides are equal and parallel. Opposite angles are equal. These two main properties of parallelogram. Opposite sides means these two are opposite sides. These two are parallel and equal. These two are parallel and equal. So that is the main property. And go to rectangle. Here also opposite sides are equal and parallel. Same property. Opposite sides are equal and parallel. All angles are right angle. Here opposite angles only equal, not right angles, only equal. Here all angles are right angles. So every angle is equal. Opposite angles equal, adjacent angles also equal. Square. What is the main properties? Opposite sides are parallel. Here also opposite sides are parallel. All sides are equal. Four sides are equal. And all angles are 90 degrees. All angles are 90 degrees. These are the main properties of square. Now go to rhombus. Opposite sides are parallel. Here also opposite sides are parallel. Opposite sides are parallel. And all sides are equal. This side and this side and this side and this side. Four sides are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles means this angle and this angle. This angle and this angle are equal. Diagonals bisect each other at right angle. If you draw two diagonals, opposite vertex, if you join opposite vertex, you get a diagonal. This is a diagonal, this is a diagonal. If you draw a line here, line segment, to join these two vertices, you get one diagonal, and to join these two vertices, you get another diagonal. These two diagonals perpendicularly bisect. Perpendicular, the angle between these two diagonals is 90 degrees. And trapezium. one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Only parallel, not equal. Opposite sides are parallel. One pair. There may be these two or these two. Only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Then kite. Two pairs of adjacent angles are equal. Two pairs of adjacent sides are equal. These two equal, these two equal. This is one pair, this is one pair. Two pairs of adjacent sides are equal. And one pair of opposite sides are equal. One pair of opposite sides are equal. One pair of opposite sides may be equal. One pair of opposite sides are equal. One diagonal bisect each other. Diagonal bisect each other. And diagonals intersect at right angle. Here also diagonals intersect at right angle. These are the main properties of quadrilaterals we have to learn to. Then what are the how to construct? To construct a quadrilateral, we need the following instruments. What are the instruments we need? Protractor. We need protractor. This is protractor. All of you, I think you are very familiar with protractor. In this protractor, you observe this is the origin, needle point. This is the origin. You have to put this point to measure an angle at a certain point. So the top one is 90 degrees. The straight angle is 90 degrees. These are two types of angles. Top angles, bottom angles. Two angles are there. Top angles, bottom angles. Here also top angles, bottom angles. We have to measure this type to this type, and that means clockwise or anti-clockwise. This is clockwise. From this side to this side is clockwise, and this side to this side is anti-clockwise. You remember how to measure this angle. You have to remember 90 degrees angle is straight angle. This is 90 degrees. Always it is perpendicular. This is right angle. If the angle is less than 90 degrees, that means below the 90 degrees angle line. Greater than 90 degrees, that side. Similarly, you put, suppose you put this point on this side, this edge. You put this point at this edge. You have to measure 45 degrees. Then you take 45, this side 45, top 45, 40 and 50 between this. This is 45. Because this is the straight line, perpendicular line. The angle is less than 90. So you move to this side. So you take this angles, top angles, this side. Suppose you put the protractor here, this point. Now again you want to draw 45 degrees. Now you have to observe down angles. So here you take 45, 40 and 50, middle one is 45, you put a point here. If you put the needle here, you take down angles, and put the needle here, you take top angles. So you have to remember this. Where you put the needle, the angle you have to measure. So suppose you put here. Now you want to draw 120 degrees. Then what is 120 degrees? You take this. 120 degrees is this side. So you have to put this and 120 degrees here. Suppose you put the protractor this corner, this point, at this point. Now you want to draw 120 degrees. Then 120 degrees you take to down 120 degrees. So you have to draw this side. So remember this, clockwise and anti-clockwise. You have to use this instrument. This is most important in drawing quadrilaterals. And second one is compass. In compass, it is a needle point and it is a pencil. Both needle point and pencil, you put it on a table, both are touch the table. If you close the compass, and put the needle point and pencil to the table. Both are same point, equal points. Then you have to start by using this. You fit the pencil at that moment, and then after that you use this compass. And one more thing is scale. It is very familiar to you. Scale has one side centimeters and other side inches. We want only centimeters. Suppose you would like to draw 5 centimeters. You start with 0. The scale is generally start with 0. Suppose the scale is damaged at 0, then you start with 1. So you want to 5 centimeters. So here 1 to 2, 1 centimeter, 2 to 3, 2 centimeters, 3 to 4, 3 centimeters, 4 to 5, 4 centimeters, 5 to 6, 5 centimeters. So put a point at 1 and 6. The difference between 6 and 1 is 5. 6 minus 1 is equal to 5. Suppose you put a 0. You start with 0. Then 0 to 5. Put a point at 0. Put a point at 5. Then draw a line segment by using scale. So this is the important instruments to construct a quadrilateral. First one is protractor, and second one is compass, third one is scale. Scale is the most often instrument to use to construct constructions. Construction types. How many types of constructions are there? We need 5 measurements to construct a quadrilateral. For a unique quadrilateral, you need 5 independent measurements. Already we learnt this. What are the 5 measurements? We have 4 sides, 4 angles, 2 diagonals. What are the combination? Just we remember these combinations. When 4 sides and 1 angle are given, you can construct the quadrilateral. What is the given? 4 sides and 1 angle. 5 measurements are there, independent measurements. This is known as yes, 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 A. Yes, 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 A. 4 sides and 1 angle. And second type, when 4 sides and 1 diagonal are given. 4 sides, 1 diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, yes, 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 and 1 diagonal. Because we have only 4 sides, so compulsory we need another measurement, angle or diagonal. First one angle, we take it as angle, and second one diagonal. And the combinations we can change. When 3 sides and 2 diagonals are given, 3 sides and 2 diagonals. So yes, 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 and D, 2 diagonals. Only 2 diagonals we have. And fourth combination, when 2 adjacent sides and 3 angles are given. 2 adjacent sides and 3 angles. The condition should be adjacent, not 2 sides, only adjacent sides. AB, BC, AB, AD. These are adjacent sides. Okay. Then side, angle between these 2 sides. The angle between these 2 sides. That means you write here. Yes, A, yes, A. 3 angles are, 1 angle should be in between 2 sides. Then only we can construct. Otherwise we cannot construct a quadrilateral by using these 5 measurements. Okay. So fourth one is when 2 adjacent sides and 3 angles are given, we can construct the quadrilateral. And fifth one, when 3 sides and 2 included angles are given. Included angles means the angle between 2 sides. So side, angle, side, and angle, side. So the angle is in between 2 sides. This angle is in between 2 sides. Then only we can construct quadrilateral. So these 5 types of quadrilaterals we have to construct by using given measurements. So children, in next tutorial we can construct how to construct quadrilaterals for each type. Each type I will explain one quadrilateral, and you have to draw some more quadrilaterals with your own. Okay. Thank you very much.